Don't mind the mess. I'm going to be cleaning that up. You know, in one respect, I'm kind of looking forward to putting everything back in the van. I just don't want this to occur again. But for what it's worth, the lighter floor coloring is definitely growing on me. The red tones in this particular color is really working out nicely for the Merlot color that's on the back wall, the bed wall. So to try to help prevent this sort of thing from happening again, I got some threshold trim right here. I just bought it at Lowe's. It was expensive, but it's close to the same color as the flooring, which wasn't necessarily, you know, requirement by any means. I would have gone for it with a natural maple look as well, since that's the color of the walls. But it was available. The price was not right, but you know, it's the cost. There's nothing I can do about that. So normally you see this divot here. For those who are not familiar with laying down flooring, I'm not really myself either. I'm not an installer by any means, but I am usually the one who makes the trim look the way that it does. But anyway, so the way that this works is the hardwoods would actually go in here, and the threshold trim would hold it in place, and then you would hammer this down to the subfloor. Well, I didn't exactly think about that at the time, and I'm actually kind of glad that I'm going to be doing this the way that I am, in a certain sense, because, well, this will hold the subfloor and the trim in one place, I guess, in a way. Anyway, basically what it comes down to is I didn't think about this at the time, but that's not necessarily an issue because it's still going to hold it all together no matter what. The whole purpose of it is to lock the planks in place, whereas they were just free floating to begin with, and that caused part of the issues I was experiencing. Not necessarily the buckling, but it was causing an issue with the planks getting out of place and unlocking themselves, and this should avoid that from happening again. So I'm going to go ahead and install these, and hopefully I'll get that done in time. I've only got about 20 minutes to do that, and then afterward I'm going to go ahead and I've got a couple of things that I need to take care of for a nonprofit organization that I am associated with, and after that I'm going to put the van back together and hopefully get that done before I have to go to work tomorrow, which means I'll probably only at best get about a few hours rest, which I might just drive up to work, park in the parking lot, and then just go directly to work. I have no idea. I haven't figured that part out yet. So anyway, oh, also, happy 4th of July, everybody. You're probably not going to see this anywhere near the 4th of July, but that'll give you an idea of the timeline that is right now, aside from the timestamp that I put on the beginning of the video. So yes, happy 4th of July. Happy late 4th of July. Never know, you might be able to get this next week. I really don't think so, but I'm just too busy. Anyway, I'm going to get this going, and I'll check back with you guys later. So. the front threshold strip taken care of. But the challenge is, and of course this is something I never did plan in the first place, but it's not a deal breaker, is the fact that I've got these down below. I wanted as much floor space as possible. Granted, I don't use all the floor space now. That was the old design versus the new. But nevertheless, I have those things that are challenging me. They're not necessarily challenging me, but they're in. So, nevertheless, regardless of it being a new design versus the old, I still have these in the way, so the challenge is getting around that. And I think I have a sufficient solution. So I marked off roughly where those bits are. So what I'm just going to do is cut off this portion here, and that should be enough on either end. And I should still have more than plenty of threshold on the back of the trim on either on this side to hold all of it in place. So it shouldn't be an issue at all, because what I'm seeing here, each board here, what I've noticed is, what I'm looking at here is that each plank still has support on the ridges here. So just a little bit removed on a 4 planks essentially, because right about here is a split between planks, and the plank will still be supported right here and here, and then another right about here. There's about another split between planks right about there. So they both will have support. That's not an issue at all. So I think by cutting off this little strip will be more than sufficient. So that's what I'm going to do. Unfortunately, my drill just ran out of battery power, so I won't be able to do that right now. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of some things that I'm going to be doing for my voluntary reasons, and then I'm going to go ahead and get back to this. It'll give my drill an opportunity to. It'll also give me an opportunity to charge the battery while I'm gone. So I may or may not have a full charge, but it'll be enough to get the job done for the night. Hopefully I'll get everything put back together, and I won't have the blanket in the way to actually do some permanent mounting of the bed and maybe even the fireplace enclosure if I'm fortunate enough. Although I'm actually thinking about replacing one of the sides of that cabinet because it's cut an inch short, but I may also just Bondo it. I have no idea. Anyway, that's for another day. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and do what I need to do, and then I will be back on doing this need to do. All right, see you guys later.